30 seconds.
Roger.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roll's completed.
Roger, roll complete.
There goes the pitch.
Roger, pitch. You're on your way, Molly Brown.
Yeah, man.
We're a little bit high on the flight path, but no problem, Molly Brown.
Okay, Molly Brown's go for staging.
Roger, looks good from here.
Roger. Program date received.
Roger, update.
Okay, there was staging.
Roger, stage.
And we're thrusting.
Okay, thrust looks good from here.
Show full scale route to there. Okay, we're starting to steer. The horizon's been right in view.
Roger.
Our GS is go.
Looks good from here.
Oh man, look at that.
Steering is good from here.
Stand by to copy 2-1.
Roger.
Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger, copy Delta V 139. GMTRC 155547. GETRC 013147. Roll left 55. GMTRB 160531. Roll right 65.
Roger.
Now can I Capcom?
No. Fly casual.
Roger, your Texas burn will be 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. Okay, 48 feet per second for 73 seconds. So far, we got your TR and Gemini load in. Your clocks look good on the ground. Everything's go here. See you next trip.
Good evening, guys. It is 7:24 p.m. in Florida, and I am here to shoot the shit and hang out with you guys for an hour. I know earlier on Twitter, I had a little poll, and I asked everybody, you want me to play Battlefront 2 or do Lightspeed Lounge? And it was a pretty overwhelmingly, well, not overwhelming. I think it was like 45% to, well, Battlefront 2 won. Let's just say that. But I'm just kind of in the mood to listen to some music, hang out, sip some coffee. Not playing the games tonight, and just sit back with you guys. M98, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream, man. I greatly appreciate that. You are the top super chatter of the week. I appreciate that, man. Hi, how are you doing? The robot said. I'm doing fantastic. I was actually earlier debating about even doing the stream because my daughter is so close to rolling over. She's out there with my wife right now, and she could be rolling over any second now. I'm waiting for a text from my wife or a knock on the door saying she rolled over. But yeah, man, I'm doing fantastic. I hope you are doing well as well. Yesterday I had Greedo is one thing that I do, right? I do other stuff. Let me know if the music is a little too loud. I'm still trying to figure out the best sweet spot for that. But Greedo is one thing that I do. I do some other stuff too. But so yesterday I had a kind of a last minute project that somebody sent me, just kind of freelance work. And basically I was outside for a long time, and Florida is hot as fuck. In and out of my car for hours and hours. Yeah, basically I went through like 3 Nalgene bottles. It was good. It was good. It was good. All right, sipping some Folgers Black Silk out of a Joe Rogan Experience coffee mug, reading this chat, listening to some tunes. Let's have some fun. Music could be turned down 1 notch. Okay. I know it's a little weird for both, or for, you know, if you're listening to it on the speakers, I find that the music is a lot louder. If you're listening at in headphones, from my experience listening back to my streams, the music is a lot quieter and my vocals come through a lot better, you know. It's 95 degrees in San Diego. Calm the F down, Greedo. Revan 1. Shit, man, I'm in Florida. It's the sunniest goddamn place in the United States. That's not true. Solo may be the longest I've gone without seeing a Star Wars movie in theaters. Jared Jams. You should. Is it out of the theater yet? You might as well go see it. Or, I mean, unless you're doing that silly boycott thing. It's a fun ride. I think you would enjoy it. It's kind of funny, like the people that were boycotting it. It's probably the Star Wars movie that they would most enjoy, from the mentality that I've read and witnessed and seen. Hey Greedo, one of the few Star Wars YouTube channels that gives a damn. Great work, Jamal. Thank you, Jamal. I appreciate that. There's a lot of good YouTube Star Wars channels for sure, a lot of them. I'm not a boycotter, no. Good to hear, man. Boy otter. Have you ever seen A Boy and His Dog Play-Doh videos? No, I don't think I'm familiar with that. Let me see. A Boy and His Dog. No. Harlan Ellison. I don't think I've ever even heard of this. Okay. Vic Don Johnson. Oh, is a live. What is that word? Transversing in the post-apocalyptic desert. Company of telepathic dog blood. Sounds weird. When the pair encounter an underground community, the leader's daughter seduces Vic into their fold, separating him from Blood, who's left. What? That sounds weird as hell. I'll give it a shot.
What's your opinion on anger against Kathleen Kennedy? Do you hate it as much as I do?
Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you so much, man. Cladle, you said this movie is inspired Mad Max, the Fallout games, and a ton of other stuff. Interesting. I can see that just from these like screen caps that I'm seeing. Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. I should have brought water to my desk instead of just coffee. I'm already parched. What's your opinion on the anger against Kathleen Kennedy? Do you hate it as much as I do? I guess I don't hate it. I'm kind of baffled. I'm kind of baffled because it seems it's one of those things where people take a couple quotes and severely out of context, and some of them are said in jest. To me, it's the whole anger and hatred is very puzzling. Obviously, I guess shit rolls uphill if you're on the top of the top of the totem pole, and there's a vast group that don't like the things that are being produced under your name. I guess, you know, you're the leader. Everybody blames the leader, right? When things are going well, everybody praises the president. When things are going shitty, everybody shits on the president. That's just kind of the ebb and flow of power, I guess. But overall, I just don't really understand it. It seems to be. I don't. Let me get this out. I know a lot. As soon as people start talking about like people that don't like Kathleen Kennedy, right? Everybody starts calling people misogynists, sexist. I don't really buy that. I think there's obviously that is a part of the nonsense that we see. But like Dash Star, Mitch, he just has valid criticism. He doesn't have a sexist bone in his body. You know what I mean? So the people do have valid criticism. I don't like when people just pile on people that have valid criticism, right? And just label everybody as sexist and stuff like that. That being said, I do not understand the anger towards Kathleen Kennedy. It seems completely misspent. But yeah, I think the overall anger is very overblown. There's just, you know, when channels are pumping out videos every single day with the same basic title, the same basic premise over and over again, easy as can be, turn on your webcam and talk, then it definitely seems inflated, right? Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of funny. It's the YouTube community, Twitter in general, and all that kind of stuff, it's almost like kind of lives in a vacuum. I discuss this with my cousins or like my brother-in-law and stuff like that, who are Star Wars fans that go midnight premieres. You know what I mean? They've loved them their entire life, and I tell them about kind of what's going on in this like in our world, right? And they're like, what? What? People are mad at what? Yeah, I have to explain it to them. I don't know, man. It's weird. Jazz seems happier than he's ever been. Yeah, Cladle, yeah. He's a great dude. He's a great dude. He's a great dude. But, yeah. Yeah. Obviously, there's assholes, right?
What'd you do if someone donated 1K?
Raptark, thank you so much for the super chat. One sec. But obviously, you know, I always have to say, obviously there's assholes. Obviously there's fucking assholes, right? Everybody knows that. Do I have to say, yes, they're assholes every time I make a point? There's without a doubt assholes. But people have legitimate criticism. We all have legitimate criticism about different things and opinions about different things. When things get salacious, overblown, exaggerated, opportunistic, and conspiratorial, that's when things get really fucking weird. I don't know. Super weird. But yeah. Moth, hey man, Lightspeed Lounge won. Good to see you. Lightspeed Lounge did not win the poll. It won in my brain. Raptark, what you do if someone donated 1K? I would probably refund it, if that's even possible. If that's even up. Did I say up possible? If that's even possible. I would probably return it, refund it. That is way too much goddamn money. I appreciate, you know, a few bucks in the tip jar, just like every creator who stands on the corner and with a guitar and a hat in digital form. But if somebody donated $1,000, I would feel so bad. That's like, like I have a VA loan, so my mortgage payment's super low. But that's close to my mortgage payment. That's way too much money. But Raptark, I appreciate the channel support, man. Yeah, I would try to refund that. Josh Gonzalez, hey HG, hope your wifey and baby are doing well. Yeah, both doing really well. Yeah, my daughter is almost 4 months now, which is hard to believe. I posted a picture today on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God, there's just so many social I still really enjoy doing the social media thing, but it's kind of fallen out of love for me. But I posted a picture today of me holding my daughter in my Stormtrooper helmet on my couch, and I just I don't know, I love the picture. It's a really good picture. Canon 60D with a 18x135 lens. Put a little light illuminating us from the right side.
Casual.
Gotta go. Playing Detroit Become Human, and it's such a good game. Can't stop playing it.
Oh.
Would recommend it when you have the time. Never winking face.
M98, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Gotta go. Playing Detroit Become Human, and it's such a good game. Can't stop playing it. Would recommend it if you have the time. Never. So, yeah, I know, right? Never. Yeah. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but like I'll have my daughter on my lap, and I'll be trying to entertain her while I'm editing a Clone Wars video with one hand and try to entertain her with the other hand and the other monitor. Like, it's just like fucking, I need to video it sometime. It's just fucking chaos. But that game is something that was on my radar a little while ago. I did not know it was out. I had no idea it was out. Detroit.
Casual.
Seen MR Beast. Dude donated to Psalm 14 blinking.
Raptark, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Give me one sec. Oh, it's a PlayStation exclusive? That's a bummer. Okay, maybe that's why I haven't really heard much about it, because I don't have a PlayStation. Detroit Become Human is an adventure game developed by Quantic Dream and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Okay, so I didn't realize this was a PlayStation exclusive. Kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks neat. That's interesting. Some big talent. Recognizable faces. Interesting. Yeah, maybe if I ever get a PlayStation, or if my nephew ever, I don't know, probably when my nephew grows up. He's a little too young for that. But I appreciate that, M98. Hopefully one day it'll come out for the PC. Seen Mr. Beast, Raptark says. Dude donated 1.8K to someone for blinking. Mr. Beast. No, I've never heard of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Donating to a random Fortnite streamer. Mr. Beast. Is he like a huge YouTuber? 7.1 million subscribers. Jeez. It's kind of funny. Dude, that's...
What do you think of people saying the droid in Solo is a SJW? I thought it was a character that funny but could be annoying, but not SJW.
Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. No, Raptark, I have never heard of Mr. Beast before. That's crazy. That's so much money, man. Like, what blows me away is that like this guy, right in front of me, Mr. Beast, 7.1 million people watch him. I've never heard of him. That blows me away. I mean, that's kind of the world we're living in, right? There's little pockets of, would you call it fame? I mean, 7.1 million people, that's more people than probably watch the vast majority of TV shows every single night, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy. It's an amazing world, man. Like, anybody can hop on the internet and make the thing that they want to make. And if somebody starts watching it, you bring a little joy in their life, maybe inspire them to make their thing too. It's just incredible. And that being said, in a way, it kind of like pushes people into their own little caves and corners of mindsets, you know? There's not much mingling between the different opinions out there. People just kind of find their factions back into the corner and start yelling, right? But it's interesting, man. No, that's just so much goddamn money. Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. What do you think of people saying the droid in Solo is a SJW? I thought it was a character that funny but could be annoying, but not SJW. I see. The way that I saw L3 was kind of, and it was the same way when I read Last Shot. She reminded me of like androids from Blade Runner in a way, or you know, any science fiction movie where robots are kind of, I mean, how that is a theme in science fiction since science fiction has been a thing. Is robots kind of as second-class citizens wanting freedom and autonomy. That is. Oh, one sec.
I got no money, so here. Wait.
Venom Jewbear, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. But Magpie's like, I just hold on. Take a sip. Yeah, I just kind of saw her as that theme carried over in Star Wars. And I'm very surprised that when I found out a couple days later after seeing Solo that people had a huge problem with it. Oh, one sec.
Dude, I just want to say thank you for that clickbait video. I'm tired as hell of going online and seeing this weird clickbait BS.
AT chat, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. But yeah, Magpies, I was very surprised to log on to the internet a couple days after Solo and see that people had such a problem with L3. I understand it if you look through... I get it if you look through life through some kind of completely partisan political filter. Everything that you look at is like they live goggles where you just see what you want to see. You know what I mean? Where you see... where you see politics where politics really doesn't exist in the way that you're interpreting it. You know what I mean? So I was very surprised. Oh, one sec.
Only 2 more mad arcs until Umbara. You might like Water War, but it's only great arcs from then on.
Nice.
Please try to watch all 4 eps of you to avoid spoilers.
I don't know if I would get spoiled, to tell you the truth, William. I very rarely, if ever, read Clone Wars comments in my videos, rather. But one sec. Sorry I'm taking so long with this this question, Magpie's question, but I think it's kind of important. Because L3 is nothing new in science fiction. She's nothing new, really, in Star Wars. I mean, when 3PO and R2 walked into the cantina, you know, the bartender said, "We don't serve their kind." L3 is a carryover of that. She is kind of a tale as old as time in science fiction, a character that wants freedom and autonomy, but happens to be an android. So yeah, so I guess I get people being put off.
That your Inside Revenge of the Sith video was a parody of Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator. Also, do you still play Elite Dangerous?
Cladle, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't get it. I get it from if I can put myself in the mindset of somebody who constantly sees things through they live goggles, where everything is partisan, political, and interpreted in the way that they are interpreting it, right? But yeah, L3, she's nothing new in science fiction. She's the robot that wants freedom. Was she annoying? I guess so to some people, sure. But she was a character. I don't know. It's without it, like, it's just the anger for these certain things, it baffles me. Completely baffles me. I don't know. It's weird. Venom Jewbear, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I got no money, so here. Wait. All right. Good to see you. I appreciate that support, man. Let's see. Venom. I am, let's see. I'm trying to think what I'm saving up for my daughter. College, that's it. College. So I appreciate that support for my daughter's education. Venom.
Hey buddy, would you be able to get on Discord tonight and make Venom Jubor a mod? We already have him as junior mod.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I shouldn't be an issue. Sully, give me one sec. And AT chat, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Dude, I just want to say thank you for that clickbait video. I'm tired as hell of going online and seeing this weird clickbait BS. Which one? Which video? That's what's funny. Like, people, I guess, that aren't familiar with the HelloGreedo YouTube channel are like, this is what you do when your channel sucks. What? I've been making those kind of videos for 7 years, and all of a sudden, everybody thinks they're very important because they think it's about them. Well, another thing that's very funny about those videos, AT, is the number of channels that get posted in the comment section that I've never even heard of. But people are like, oh, it's obviously about such and such. It's obviously about such and such. In reality, I don't know any names of these channels. In reality, I just see a few thumbnails, and occasionally on my TV when I'm like feeding my daughter, I'll play a few videos and I'll be like, what the fuck are these people talking about? So it's hilarious to me to read through the comments of those videos and see people like tagging or posting this is whatever channel, and I'm like, I've never even heard the channel. I don't know if I've seen any of their videos, but that's fucking hilarious. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate that, AT. I love making those videos. I always lose subscribers whenever I make those videos, but the HelloGreedo YouTube channel would not be the HelloGreedo YouTube channel without those kind of videos. I've been a part of this Star Wars YouTube community for 7 years. I've seen a lot of things come and go. I've seen a lot of trends ebb and flow, and sometimes, and every time, basically, I hop on there and play a little character. I do a little satire. Some people don't like it. That's all right. That's all right. But I appreciate that, AT. William Aguilar, only 2 more arcs until Umbara. You might like Water. Is that what it says? Oh, Water War. It's a little small on my screen. I need to make that bigger. But it's only great arcs from then on. Please try to watch all 4 eps of Umbara to avoid spoilers. Okay. You know what? Actually, let's see. I'm going out of town You just gave me a really good idea, William. I am going out of town. Actually, let me pull up how many episodes I have left, because I think it would be badass. I'm going to be out of town for 4 days in like 3 weeks. So, ideally, let's see, Clone Wars. Let me look at the list. Ideally, okay. Okay, so I have the Ahsoka, the Younglings arc, I believe, right? There's 4 episodes in that. And then I have the Battle of Mon Cal. Oh, Mon Cal must have auto-corrected to water, right? I'm looking at through the chat. Maybe. Battle of Mon Cal. And then Umbara. So, what I could do, if I plan this correctly, is I can do the entire Younglings arc, and then Mon Cal, have those finished, and then when I go out of town, do the Battle of Umbara arc, watch all of them, and then make 4 videos for all 4 of the episodes, and schedule them to release all 4 days that I'm out of town. That's a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna plan on doing that, okay? I'm gonna plan on doing that. That's kind of my goal. That being said, let me make sure I have enough time. So, not that weekend, not that weekend, not that weekend. When does college football start? That's the weekend. College football. That's the weekend that it's going to start. 25th. Okay, so college football weekend, the 25th. So, basically 2 weeks. I have 3 weeks. I'll just call it 3 weeks. I can do that. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Ideally, that's what I would like to do, but we'll see. But I appreciate that channel support, man. I'm not promising anything, but I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna try to push for something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But I appreciate that support, William. And Cladle Videos. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I never realized that your Inside Revenge of the Sith video is a parody of Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator. Also, do you still play Elite Dangerous? Yeah, I love, that is probably my favorite Inside Star Wars video that I ever made. Just for that opening sequence. Not that, like, it has any, not that it's clever, not that it's good, not anything like that. It's just the fact that that was so much fun to shoot and make and plan. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure you know, but everybody in pretty much every single video I've ever made is me. I just duplicate myself on screen. So the beginning of that video, you know, it's me and Jar Jar. And I just have the camera set up and I'm recording, and, you know, I'll mime the audio with my suit on. I'll run around the corner, change into the Jar Jar outfit with the camera still recording, and then hop on the other side of the counter and play Jar Jar, and then I'll mash them together. That was probably one of my favorite sequences of any of my videos to shoot, just because it was fun. Little gun battle in my house, little fun editing. But yeah. Yeah, I need to rewatch that one. That was a really fun one to make for sure. I need to do more of those blaster battles. That was insane. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Also, do I play Elite Dangerous still? I haven't played Elite Dangerous probably since one of my last Elite Dangerous streams. I only streamed it once, right? No, it's been months. It's been months since I played it. That's not to say I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I really did. It's just I have a hard time playing. I have a hard time finding time to play games that are single player games. Like Elite Dangerous, the concept of it is right up my alley. It is just made for me, made for my brain. I just don't have time to jump into it, you know. Maybe in the future I would love to do some Elite Dangerous streams, maybe have goals set, because I found that when I did stream it, I kind of wandered aimlessly. Maybe, you know, maybe every stream would be a different goal set. But that being said, me and my buddy recently reinstalled No Man's Sky and played it for the first time in like 2 years. I think it was the last time I launched it, because you know, they have that big new update. You know, obviously they added a lot to it, but it's still the same grind. It's still the same. Yeah, it feels like a grind. I can understand like kind of wanting to veg out and play it. But yeah, I don't know. I love the art style of that game. I love the music. But yeah, I don't know which I like better, No Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous. I like No Man's Sky, the fact that you can go on planets and stuff like that. I love the visual style of Elite Dangerous a lot more. Let's just say that. It's a little more realistic, right? But Cladle, I appreciate that channel support. Sully Hogs, hey buddy, would you be able to get on Discord tonight and make Venom Jubair a mod? We already have him as a junior mod. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I'll hop on after the stream for sure. But I appreciate that, Sully. And it's good to see you, man. Once again, I apologize for being constantly absent. But I know you goobers understand.
Fly casual.
Would you want ASW lightsaber fighting game?
In Wide Boy Productions, would you want a Star Wars lightsaber fighting game? Yeah, well, more so than just a lightsaber fighting game, I think it would be awesome to just have what did they have a Star Wars fighting game? It was called Terras Kasi, I think it was. I think so. I would love a Star Wars just side view. What is that called? Is it just called profile view fighting game? I don't really know what they're called, but I would love that. Like a Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Killer Instinct style Star Wars game would be a lot of fun. Wide Boy, not necessarily just lightsabers, because to me that would be a little kind of repetitive and boring. I would love a little, maybe some blasters. It doesn't have to be realistic. It can be a little like cartoony, right? Han Solo can jump 20 feet, do somersaults. Why not? But I think that'd be a lot of fun, and that goes just to the same. I don't know what the hell's going on in my brain. Wide Boy Productions, but why don't we have a game like that? That doesn't seem that hard to make, right? Why don't we have a 2D or, you know, faux 3D side-scrolling Star Wars game? Modern. I mean, like, you would think that they would just be making these games left and right. Why can't we have them?
Hi, Greedo. How are you in the family? Open mouth smile eye.
But Wide Boy Productions, I would love it. I'm always up for more Star Wars games. Yeah, I'm just kind of like bummed. I don't know, like EA. I don't know whose fault it is, EA or Disney. Maybe Disney is a little too tight with the license. Maybe they don't approve things quick enough. Maybe they, you know, there's still kind of in the growing pains of what to do with the franchise in terms of canon and what kind of games they want to make. But it is a giant bummer because we are in a Star Wars drought, video game drought, and everybody's blaming everybody else. At least, you know, in the community, everybody's blaming EA, and I'm kind of thinking it might be a little more Disney because they have to approve every single project. But I really don't know. I just want more goddamn Star Wars games. And Hugo, good to see you, man. Hi, Greedo. How are you and the family? We are both doing great. My daughter, let me actually check my phone. Nope. Okay. My wife might be feeding her. But my daughter was like so close to rolling over last night, Hugo, and earlier today. Just like it's hard to explain. Or maybe you've seen babies do this, but like we'll put a toy kind of over her shoulder, like a light up toy, a toy that plays music, and over her shoulder as she's laying on her back. So she'll look up and over at this toy, which kind of gives her, you can kind of see the wheel spinning in her head that, oh, if I just kind of put my head over my shoulder and sling my hips and my legs over, I can get over and I can roll over. I would be very surprised if she wasn't rolling over tomorrow or the next, at least sometime during this week, which is kind of scary to me. Because, you know. Yeah, a little scary. Now, like, when she's on her changing pad, I'm like, I know she can roll over, so I have to, like, be super vigilant, double vigilant, you know? But no, Hugo, everybody's doing well. Just been super busy with non-HelloGreedo stuff and HelloGreedo stuff and baby stuff. But everybody's doing well. I hope you're doing well too, man. And thank you so much for the support. I think it's EA because the mobile games get updated every day. LOL. Noah Badoa? Noah Badoa? Is that the rhyme? Yeah, it could be, right? That's one thing. That's true. I don't pay attention to mobile games. I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't get excited for any mobile games. I've never played. Well, I've played like Angry Birds and Euchre on my phone, a card game. That's really about the extent of my mobile gaming. I can't get into it for whatever reason. I really can't get into it.
I don't know. Why casual?
Good night, Greedo, and may the force be with you three.
Hugo, thank you so much. Good night, Greedo, and may the force be with you three. Right back at you, man. May the force be with you as well. Good night, Hugo. I appreciate that channel support. I hope you enjoy the Lightspeed lounge. A little tunes, a little chit chat, a little fly through the little intergalactic space there, leaving the Milky Way, heading towards Andromeda, 2 million light years away. Star Wars Galaxies return, please, in the Clone Wars times. Republic of... That'd be kind of a little mod there for Star Wars Galaxies, yeah. This is so chill, James O'Connor. I'm glad you like it, man. This is like my new... I love streaming Battlefront 2, but sometimes I just feel like leaning back in my chair and just shooting the shit.
Greedo, you like Doctor Who?
Ross Forrest, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. The Robot Reddit, and I'm going to read it too. Greedo, do you like Doctor Who? Actually, hold on. Give me one sec, Ross. Fred, you said live stream soundtracks put movies and games music to shame. Fred, this soundtrack right now that you're listening to, or Ulos, the song that you're listening to is actually a video game soundtrack. I talked to the guy who made it, and he gave me permission to use it in these live streams. And the game is called Galactic Delivery. It's like $2 on Steam. I need to get it, but yeah, it's actually a video game soundtrack. Kind of neat. But Ross Forrest, Greedo, do you like Doctor Who? I have only seen 1 or 2 episodes, and it was the guy. Let me look up his name. I say the same thing. I always say the guy from 28 Days Later. Let's see what his name is. Christopher Eccleston. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he was Doctor Who. And I only saw like 2 episodes. 1 or 2 episodes. I think I saw 2. For whatever reason, maybe that's not the correct entry point for the series, but for whatever reason, it didn't do much for me. It seems like the kind of thing that would be right up my alley, but yeah, like, Ross, that's just kind of one of the things that I watch a couple episodes of. I kind of enjoy it. I can't really get into it, and then I never watch it again. And I'm sure in the future, somebody will recommend it to me, or like recommend a different version. I guess what is it? Series version of it. How many iterations have there been? Dozens, right? I mean, it's 1963. So let's see. I'm very curious. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. History. Just give me a list. Just give me a list. Wow. Okay. So there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 Doctor Who's. Wow. Interesting. Huh. No, I've never gotten into it for whatever reason, Ross. Watch David Tennant. Let's see. Is he the... He is right after Christopher Eccleston. Okay. Don't know if I know David Tennant. Let's see. David Tennant. I recognize him, but what do I recognize him from? Harry Potter? Maybe. Clone Wars. Oh, he's a voice actor for the Clone Wars? Huh. Is he in The Crown? No, I don't think he is. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I start going down these rabbit holes and... Final Space. Okay. But, yeah. Yeah, I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes, Ross. Oh, he is in The Crown. Interesting. Okay. I didn't see him listed in The Crown. Huh. Oh, the 11th is in The Crown. Okay. Oh. The guy who plays, Philip, right? Yeah. Okay. What's his name? I didn't realize he was, a guy in Doctor Who. Dude, The Crown, if you guys haven't seen The Crown, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I don't obviously... Let me see, Doctor Who. Okay, yeah, he was Doctor Who. Interesting. Yeah, The Crown is really good. This is coming from an American who knows really nothing about British royalty, the history of the monarchy at all. This is coming from a guy who kind of thinks monarchies are a little silly. A little silly. I apologize. Trigger warning. But that show is fascinating to me because I don't know shit about it. I don't know how realistic and accurate it is. But it is really good, man. It is really good.
Digging the Lightspeed long first one I have seen. Really laid back vibe, I like it. Hope you and the family are well.
Gary McMillan, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, channel support, and the kind words. Digging the Lightspeed Lounge, first one I have seen. Really laid back vibe, I like it. Hope you and the family are well. Yeah, this is like, Gary, this is like my favorite thing I have ever made on the channel. That's not even, I'm not joking. This overlay is like one of my favorite things I've ever made. It's, I started like listening to a lot of synthwave, space wave, whatever you want to call this kind of music when I started writing videos or editing photos and just working on, or writing in my book and whatnot. Sorry guys. Too much coffee, a little acid reflux. So I wanted to, and then I started listening to a lot of live streams from Pulse 8, which is kind of a relaxing live stream YouTube music station. And I was like, you know what would be fun is to have that kind of music, but me talk with everybody and just kind of hang out and shoot the shit and have fun. And then my brain started going, what could I do? What could I do? And then I actually thought about having me just standing, like, with my old Navy pea coat on, with the collar popped up, like standing there with stars flying by me. And then I got the idea to just put my camera in my Subaru Crosstrek, point it forward, tap my thumb, make a star field, get the Hubble Space Telescope photo of Andromeda. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. I want to turn it into, I don't know. It's just such a neat, fun thing that that's the thing with my channel. Like, I want to continuously make new shit. If I'm not making new stuff like this live stream overlay, I just kind of feel like I'm not pushing myself, you know? If that makes sense. I like the channel to be an ever-evolving, visual, fun thing to do. I mean, good on them, but a lot of the channels that just kind of flip on a webcam and talk, I don't have that in me. I don't, but, you know, good on those guys that can do that. I just don't have that in me. But yeah, Gary, this is like my favorite thing I've ever made. I just absolutely love it. Somebody said a couple streams ago, are you ever going to get to the galaxy? And I said, if this is real, if I'm actually going the speed of light right now, traveling from the Milky Way galaxy, heading towards Andromeda at the speed of light, it would take 2 million years. So, yeah. This live stream could be going on for 2 million years, and I would eventually reach Andromeda. Andromeda Galaxy is 2 million light years away from us. Crazy. But yeah. Actually, I'm making a video about that. I wrote like like a script. Sorry, I was reading something. I wrote a new Star Wars science script the other day, and I kind of got to finish it. There's a little shit that I kind of want to... It's always dicey with these kind of Star Wars science videos when you're talking about light speed, space travel, and I guess astrophysics and stuff like that, because it's always evolving, right? You don't want to read an article that's 4 years old that's kind of been overshadowed by new information. So I'm trying to get it right, but it's kind of like my Stormtrooper's Guide to the Universe video, where I kind of go over basic things, but it's a little more fast-paced, a little more quick and graphical, a little more fun, I guess. The Stormtrooper's Guide to the Universe is like one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Oh.
For Doctor Who, I'd recommend watching The Ninth, etc.
Ross Forrest, thank you so much, man. But yeah, Star Wars science video. Look forward to it in a couple days. I'm hoping to get it up. Maybe not in a couple days. Maybe in a week or so. I need to record the audio and get all the graphics made. But basically, yeah, I love making that kind of stuff. Anyway, Ross Forrest, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. For Doctor Who, I'd recommend watching The Ninth. Okay, let's see. Let's see who is the Ninth. Doctor Who, Ninth. Doctor. Oh, it is Christopher. Okay, it is the guy that I saw. Interesting. Wait, watching The Ninth. Oh, okay. See, that's the one that I watched. Maybe I just need to get into it again. I like him as an actor, but the show, for whatever reason, yeah, I need to see it. I need to watch it again. I'm going back through The Next Generation right now, getting super pumped for whenever the new Picard show is going to be coming out. Probably years and years from now. Are you guys as excited for that as I am? I am kind of, I don't know, oddly excited for that. More excited than I probably would have guessed I would be, because, you know, normally I want new stuff. You know, I kind of would rather have new Star Trek characters and whatnot, but Picard is one of my all-time favorite characters out of anything. Certainly my favorite Star Trek character. The Next Generation is my Star Trek. It is my favorite series. Might be my favorite science fiction series ever. I absolutely love it. It's such a smart show. Every single episode blows me away. So, you know, hearing Picard's going to be coming back. Oh.
You ever seen Big Red One starring Mark Hamill?
Thornton Wager, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. But yeah, Picard, the new Picard series, I'm curious what it's going to be about. You know, what I thought about this the other day. Like, I'm excited for the people who have never watched, who aren't familiar with Star Trek, who aren't familiar with The Next Generation specifically, who aren't familiar with Picard, who aren't familiar with Gene Roddenberry. I'm excited for these people on Twitter to complain about the Picard show being too political or too on the nose or too... you know what I mean? You know what I mean? People are inevitably going to do that. That's what Star Trek has always been about. It's been about observing modern life through the lens of the far future. That is what Star Trek is, through and through. And I'm just excited for people that are not familiar with the series whatsoever to complain and bitch about that, who really don't give a shit about the character or the stories or Star Trek in general. They're just there to bitch. But I love Trek, man. I love Trek. I love it. Yeah, Roddenberry was really involved, I believe, with the first season. Let's see. And then, let's see. It was kind of the show that... Okay. Actually. Oh, I remember this, yeah. Roddenberry always thought that, you know, the Star Trek characters should never have any kind... He thought that there should never be any conflict. He thought that humans would basically get rid of the conflict. You know what I mean? Conflict. By the time we're able to navigate interstellar space, we would get rid of conflict. That doesn't make for a good TV show, right? I'm curious if Data's going to be in the show. I doubt it. If I had to guess, I would say no, unless there's some ham-fisted, silly-ass cameo. But yeah. Oh, Thornton Wager, sorry about that. I greatly appreciate that channel support. You ever seen Big Red 1 starring Mark Hamill? Big Red, is that the superhero comic book thing? Big Red 1. 1980. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard of this, actually, Thornton. The story of a sergeant and the inner core members of his unit as... Okay. Alright, gotta be a little quieter. The story of a sergeant and the inner core... Let me turn down the music a little more. There we go. The story of a sergeant and the inner core members of his unit as they serve in and try to survive World War II. Based on Fuller's own experiences, he was produced independently. It was produced in a lower budget, shot on location in Israel as a cost-saving measure. It was heavily cut on its original release, but a restored version, Big Red 1 reconstruction, premiered at 2004 Cannes Film Festival. Huh. Fuller was a World War II veteran and served with the 1st Infantry Division, which is nicknamed the Big Red 1 for the red numeral 1 on the division shoulder patch. I can picture it. He received the Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart during his service. No, I've never heard of this, Thornton. Let me see. Big Red 1. Is it streaming anywhere? Available on YouTube Prime Video. Okay. Oh wait. Maybe it's free on Prime. Okay, I'll have to look at that. See what it has on Rotten Tomatoes. A 92. Shit, man. How have I not heard of this? Lee Marvin? How have I not heard of this movie? Interesting. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, man. Big Red 1 streaming. Okay, Prime Video, Google Play. Huh. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. Never even heard of the movie, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't either, Cladle.
Fly casual.
My fave WW2 movie.
Thornton Wager, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. My favorite World War II movie. Shit, man. Another reason I need to watch it. Yeah, how have I not heard of this? As soon as the stream's over, Thornton, I'm gonna watch the trailer for sure. Interesting. God damn, I love learning new shit on live streams. I appreciate that, Thornton. Somebody said, where did I see that? Where did I just see that? David says, I kind of want to get into Star Trek, but the Star Wars fan in me seems to be really conflicted about that. No, you can like both things. This isn't silly. This isn't football. This isn't Patriots and Steelers. This is fun sci-fi stuff. Star Trek is... I love Star Trek. I love The Next Generation. If I would have watched The Next Generation when I was younger and like when I watched Star Wars, I might have a Star Trek channel right now. That's how much I love it. I mean, I love it. Yeah, there's no reason, like, I will say the first maybe 2 seasons of The Next Generation, there are moments where it kind of feels like a slog to get through, but it really starts like kind of finding its footing in the 3rd and the 4th season, and it gets incredible. Every episode, you know, even if it's a little, some episodes are a little slow at the beginning of the series, but you can still see just the beauty and the brilliance and the concept. Yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch The Next Generation, man. It's fantastic. I would start with The Next Generation anyway, but yeah. Are there any episode watch lists for Star Trek Cladle videos? Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. But I mean, you know, it's all on Netflix. I think it's all on Amazon Prime Video too. You might as well. I mean, I would just start from the beginning. They're great. They're fun. Data is just such an interesting character. Yeah, yeah. Data and Picard. Riker is fun. But yeah. Hey, did you see Infinity War? If you did, what's your opinion on it? In my humble opinion, it's best superhero movie to date. Ale, nope, I have not seen it yet. Not seen it yet. The last Marvel superhero movie, not actually the last superhero movie in general, I think I saw was Captain America Civil War. Let me see. Let's see when that came out. 2016. Okay, so when did Ant-Man come out? 2015. So yeah, Civil War, I believe, was the last one that I've seen. Let me see. Thor Ragnarok, did not see that. So Spider-Man Homecoming, all years, all genres, Thor Ragnarok, list of okay, let's see. Phase 2, Phase 3. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor, Spider-Man Homecoming, okay, so I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Okay, so I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I never think of as in that same universe, but it is. I also saw Doctor Strange, I think. Didn't really care for it. Captain America Civil War, didn't really care for it either. You know, I really, when the Marvel Cinematic Universe started, I was really into it. I really enjoyed it. I liked the Iron Man movie, the first. I kind of enjoyed Thor. I really liked Captain America, the first Avenger. And then I didn't really care for Dark World. I saw it. And then Iron Man 2 was good. I don't think I liked Iron Man 3. I know I saw it. But Captain America, the Winter Soldier is probably my favorite superhero movie. Christopher Nolan's Batmans are obviously up there, but Captain America Winter Soldier, I love it. I love the story. I love how it's just kind of a focused... it feels smaller, doesn't it? Which sounds silly to say, but it's because it's about this giant ship in the sky shooting people, you know, by the millions. But compared to a lot of the other Marvel movies, it feels small and quaint. I love it. I love it. But, yeah, I don't know why, man. Like, I haven't really gotten into the Marvel movies as of late. They just seem so formulaic. And, you know, one of my really good friends recommended Ragnarok to me, said I would love it. So whenever, you know, whenever, like, a couple of my buddies that I always trust with movies say I'll like something, usually I'll like it. Sometimes we disagree quite a bit. But, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of sick of the big bad guy coming to destroy everything. Like, I don't know. At least Captain America: The Winter Soldier had it's a little more interesting, a little more espionage, a little more, I don't know, a little more infiltration, a little more, double crossing. Yeah. I just took a sip of room temperature coffee. Man. What if I just left this stream going all night and just had music playing? That'd be funny. What's your favorite song from Star Wars? Mine is either the Force theme, Throne Room, or Anakin's Betrayal. Revan 1207. I always say the Throne Room. Oh, never mind. The Medal Ceremony. Yeah. That's probably my favorite. But golly, it's too hard to pick. Please live stream Lego Star Wars, Josh Cruz. I've streamed it, once, I think. That was on May the 4th of 2017. Dude, I suck so bad. I suck so bad at those games. So bad. which is kind of funny. Like, my nephew will play them, and he will just dominate. He just figures out these puzzles. Because, I mean, the puzzles are easy, right? The puzzles are super easy. They're made for kids. But for whatever reason, my brain forgets that I have to switch between characters and that I have to do certain things with certain characters. So I'll just aimlessly run around, and I just get kind of ADD and bored with it a little bit. But, dude, I suck so bad. It's kind of funny. I'll play a game like the SWTOR, which has puzzles that are infinitely more complex. And I find that they're fun and challenging, but with a Lego puzzle, I don't know, I just end up, especially streaming it, my brain is somewhere else, you know? Yeah. I suck at those games so bad. Do you want to see an episode 10, 11, and 12 trilogy of Star Wars, Liam? Lazaroff. What's up, Liam? You know, if they think there's a story to tell there, sure. But for me, I'm pretty satisfied with 9 films in the Skywalker saga. I'm kind of ready for new and interesting trilogies, you know, with new and interesting characters, scenarios, and timelines that we're not familiar with. I think that's kind of where the future of Star Wars lies. Which I'm excited, you know, I'm excited for the Rian Johnson trilogy. I'm excited for the Game of Thrones guys, their series of films. I don't know if it's necessarily a trilogy or what it's going to be, but I think there's so much potential in the unknown of Star Wars, you know. I'm glad they're eventually going to stop, you know. There's still a place to reuse and rehash characters in the comics and the games, in the books and stuff like that. But for the films, unless it's an anthology film and it's a trilogy or a series, I kind of just want completely new tales and stories, you know.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Do you like any or even play grand strategy games?
Brock Lynch, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. The Robot Reddit, and I'm going to read it too. Do you like any or even play grand strategy games? Is that grand strategy games? Is that a specific type of strategy game? I'm gonna look this up real quick. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I've ever heard of the term grand strategy. This is a damn it. Wrong thing. A grand strategy war game is a war game that places focus on grand strategy, military strategy at the level of movement and use of entire nation. Oh, okay. Like Risk, something like that, right? You know, Brock, as a kid, like in middle school, I used to play Risk a lot. Something like where you'd control a country or so, like Civilization, or what is that? Europa, something. Can't remember what that is. Or even Total War. Would that fall under it? Brock, I haven't really gotten into any PC games like that. I used to play, like I said, Risk a lot, growing up with my friends and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, like when it comes to PC gaming, I have very little patience. I feel like I have a little bit of video game ADD. That being said, like somebody's in the chat right now, Stellaris. I've seen that on Steam quite a bit, and it's always intrigued me, and I know I would buy it and play it for 10 minutes. When it comes to strategy games, I usually tend to go towards more small-scale RTS games like Company of Heroes, probably my all-time favorite RTS, or Age of Empires, and I know those are a lot less strategy and a lot more mash your keyboard, but yeah, Total War. Okay, yeah, Total War. I did buy Total War maybe like 5 months ago, and I played it a few times with my buddy. I completely understand like why people like those games. If I had a different brain, I would probably just completely get sucked into those kind of games. But my brain is just too scattered, and I can't focus that long. That's why I think I like stuff that are just like shooters or fast-paced strategy games where you have to constantly be moving and blah, 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 you know what I mean? Because if I have downtime and I have to think about my next move, and if it's turn-based especially, I will just minimize and end up like browsing the internet and never playing the game again. But when it comes to those kind of games, Brock, I think I would rather play them tabletop with a group of friends who are also into it, you know? But yeah. But I appreciate the channel support, man. Alright, guys. I gotta get going. My daughter's probably asleep now. My wife probably put her to bed. So, let's see if there's any sightings coming up in that tonight. Let's see. On the ISS Detector app. Monday, August 6th. So what time is it right now? 8:27. International Space Station is visible for 2 minutes in an hour and a half. And then tomorrow, ooh, it's visible for 4 minutes at 9:18. I might be able to do that. All right, guys. I got to get going. But I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, tuning in for these fun little Lightspeed Lounge live streams. They don't. I know people like watching me play Battlefront and stuff like that. These Lightspeed Lounges don't get as many viewers, but it's always a fun little quaint little chit chat. And I love doing these Lightspeed Lounges because I like listening to the music, relax a little bit, hang out with you guys, fly through the cosmos. But yeah, let me run down the list. Brock Lynch, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Thornton Wager, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Ross Forrest, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Gary McMillan, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Hugo, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Wide Boy Productions, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Sully Hogs, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Cladle Videos, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. William Aguilar, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. AT Chat, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Venom Jubear, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Magpie's Nest Productions, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Raptark, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. M98, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. And cool, I really appreciate that, guys. So when's the next time I'm gonna stream? Probably Thursday. I'm trying to think. I got plans on Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the supporter Q&A. So it'll just be fleet members in the chat, but you know you can watch it if you want to, and it's also going to be questions from Patreon. So tomorrow night around 6:30, 7 p.m. or so, I will be doing the Patreon and sponsor Q&A. So looking forward to that. Always enjoy those. But, all right, guys. As always, be nice out there. Enjoy the tunes. Stomp out the bullshit. Beware of the bullshit. And have fun. See ya.
30 seconds.
Roger.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roll's completed.
Roger, roll complete.
There goes the pitch.
Roger, pitch. You're on your way, Molly Brown.
Yeah, man.
We're a little bit high on the flight path, but no problem, Molly Brown.
Okay, Molly Brown's go for staging.
Roger, looks good from here.
Roger. Took update received.
Roger, update.
Okay, there was staging.
Roger, stage.
And we're thrusting.
Okay, thrust looks good from here.
Show full scale round through there. Okay, we're starting to steer. The horizon's been right in view.
Roger.
Our GS is go.
Looks good from here.
Oh man, look at that.
Steering is good from here.